Sitemap for ndenews.com. Sitemap for ndenews.com. ndenews.com home. Breaking news and top stories, world news, U.S. and local. World news. World news, international headlines, video and stories. Most recent stories. Africa. Africa, world news, politics, health and culture. Headlines from South, West and East Africa. ndenews.com. Most recent stories. Americas. Americas, world news. Get the latest Latin, North and South America breaking news stories. ndenews.com. Most recent stories. Asia Pacific. Asia Pacific, world news, daily business, health and financial news stories from China, Korea, Japan and more. ndenews.com. Most recent stories. Europe. Europe, world news, daily international news stories from across the European Union. ndenews.com. Most recent stories. Middle East and Africa. Middle East/North Africa, world news, daily international news from the Middle East. ndenews.com. Most recent stories. South and Central Asia. South/Central Asia, world news, daily international news from India, Pakistan and across South and Central Asia. ndenews.com. Most recent stories. Wonderful world. Wonderful world. Most recent stories. Local news. Travel. Travel news, family vacation tips, deals, photos. Most recent stories. Travel photos. Travel photos. Travel news. Travel news, breaking news and top stories on travel, air delays, flight cancellations, travel emergencies, policies and more. msnbc.com. Most recent stories. Travel tips. Travel tips for weary travelers. Get the latest international and domestic travel tips and advice from world travel experts. Most recent stories. Destinations. Destinations. Most recent stories. Active travel. Active travel. Find the latest adventure travel deals, news and destination reviews from across the world. Most recent stories. Cruise travel. Cruising vacations. Find the latest cruise news and destination guides from across the world. Most recent stories. Family travel. Family travel news and information. Get the latest family travel deals, destination guides and travel safety articles from around the world. Most recent stories. Business travel. Business and corporate travel. News and articles on travel management, destinations and tips for business travelers. ndenews.com. Most recent stories. Seasonal travel. Seasonal travel news and updates. Read about the latest destinations, including Europe and Alaska, and get seasonal travel deals. Most recent stories.